Good evening, and thank you all so much for being here. Tracy, would you like to begin?
Oh, certainly.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Bill? Very wet. Steve, go ahead. Resonance. Okay, now I've been working on a new one.
Moist and it kind of reminds me of sort of the elongated when the... Oh, Verna.
Yes, yes.
Shorten that up with a little...
Yeah.
Rude Noise Forum will not be seen tonight, so that we may bring you the following episode of Almost Live.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, yeah. Yes, just a lot of Husky fans here tonight. Just happy that the Huskies got to play in the Rose Bowl today. Yeah! Guess we know that's the last time they'll be seeing that building for quite a while. Whew. Yeah, bad news week. Bad news week. You probably heard the announcement. Woolworths is closing. Did you hear that? The one downtown is closing, so are the stores in Everett and Tacoma, but the Woolworths in Olympia will not close. No, that's true. That's right, yes. Yeah. That's right. Governor Lowry put some pressure on to keep it open, because that's where he gets his suits, which I know. I'm really sad Woolworths is closing because there will be no other place downtown to get all sorts of essential items. You know, we went shopping there today, and, you know, let me just show you what we found. For example, look at this. A cat made of shells for only $3. Now, this very same cat sells at Nordstrom for $300, you know? And listen, when Woolworths closes, where are we going to be able to get Skippy's alleged lucky lottery oil? A great stocking stuffer, you know? Shopping at Woolworths, I've always thought, is sort of like a geography lesson for your kids. Made in Taiwan, made in Hong Kong, made in the Philippines. But hey, only in America do we have the knowledge to make this. Wax gum sugar lips. And even when, even when we make something well, we don't stop there. Look at this, see? Improved chew. How about that? USA! All right. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this right here. Look at that. An owl spoon rest from Woolworths. Wouldn't this be a nice housewarming gift for any friends in the logging industry, right? And really only Woolworths sells these educational candles for your kids. Teach them about pet ownership. You'll notice here it says, I need love. And then you can show kids how to set fire to their heads, which is, I think, good. And finally, where else but Woolworths will you be able to find Libby's potted meat food product? You know, when you're craving meat and you're not sure exactly what kind, this really fills the bill. You know, I'm so sad to see Woolworths go. Another bit of history is slipping away. Future generations, they won't even know what we're talking about when we pine for the good old days of potted meat food products. You know, each generation always thinks they're the best, that younger people have it so easy, and there should be a way to settle that question once and for all, and I think we've found it. Take a look.
It's the battle of the century this Sunday, the final showdown of the American decade, Gladiators. The radical 60s are ready to march.
We're gonna smoke you out, man.
I got a hammer. I hammer you.
Get ready for the baby boom.
Peace. We want a piece of you.
The 70s are ready to rock.
We're the gods of thunder.
We're gonna rock your head all night and party on your face.
We love it loud.
You'll feel sweet pain. The 80s are on the money.
Hold on. It's hostile takeover time.
We're gonna make you a power lunch.
We're going to split your stocks.
And junk your bonds.
We're going to kick your assets.
And the 90s.
Whatever. What?
Baby boom is set to explode this Sunday. Watch bomb water throw up massive hits. But the yuppies and grungies are duking it out for real money. While Crazy Daisy parties hard, it's cell phone madness until the yuppies get the final kiss. All this Sunday. Plus last year's champion, the 30s.
In those days, we didn't think the world owed us a living. Oh, no. No, sirree. I had to work damn hard to get to where I am.
This Sunday, it's the battle of the century with the American Decade Gladiators. Be there.
I do, and I do, and I do for you kids. And this is the thanks I get? When I was your age, I had to walk 10 miles to school every day in the snow. In those days, we didn't think
All right, we've got a great show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration for Almost Live provided by Ballard Computer in Seattle, Kirkland, and now open in Tacoma.
Excuse me, sir. How did you enjoy that steak?
Oh, delicious. Best filet mignon I've ever had.
What would you say if I told you it was spam?
This is spam?
That's spam.
I can't believe it.
By the way, ma'am, how's that dessert?
Oh, yeah, it's wonderful. It's rich, it's creamy. No, don't tell me.
Spam with a little bit of frosting on it.
Oh, my goodness.
Excuse me, waiter.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I could not help but overhearing what you're saying here. How can a fine restaurant like this get away with serving spam?
Before I answer that question, how was your wine this evening?
Oh, it's very good. Dry, crisp. Wait a minute.
Spam.
I'll be darned.
Spam. It's not just for poor folks anymore.
Say, how's that salad?
Hello and welcome to I'm Dave and I Care. I am Dave and I do care. I'm talking to the kids on the street. You're tired, you're hungry, you're pierced in more places than you can probably remember. You've run away from your nice house on the east side to hang out on the Ave and ask for spare change. I hear you, but I don't hear you saying spare change. I hear you saying, listen to me, care about me, understand me, and my young friends, I do. We're coming to you live here from Dave's Drop-In Center. The door's always open. It's always open at Dave's. And whoa, look who's dropped in tonight. It's Craig. Now, Craig used to go to Interlake, but he was recently kicked out. Now, what happened there, Craig?
I listened to a song by The Cure backwards, and it told me to beat up my math teacher.
Okay, I hear that. I hear that. You beat him up. But maybe, you know, if you and I put our heads together, we could think of a different way for you to handle conflicts like that so you could finish school.
Hey, that stuff doesn't matter, because I'm going to be a big rock star like Nirvana.
Okay, good, good. That's good. You keep reaching for those stars, Craig. But remember, you got to keep your feet on the ground.
Shut up, man.
Okay, now, Craig, now listen up, buddy. Look, when you point like this, let me just show you something here. You got 3 other fingers right there pointing right back at you, buddy. But I hear you, Craig. I hear what you're saying, and I understand that music is very important to you and that these authority figures just don't see that side of you. Well, guess what? I got some records here, buddy, and after the show, you and I will listen to some Jethro Tull, some Moody Blues, and you and I are gonna rock and roll, buddy. How about that, huh? Oh, well, hey, look who else has dropped in here. It's Cindy again. Now, Cindy is a rich, bored Bellevue girl who spends her free time on University Avenue sneering and smoking.
Yeah, I sit on the sidewalk between Pagliacci and Payless, so don't anyone try to take my spot or I'll just kick your butt.
Okay, I hear that. Now, what have you been doing, Cindy?
Well, this week I started catching domestic animals and killing and stuffing them.
Cool. Okay, now tell me about that.
Well, my neighbor had this, stupid neighbor had this dog that barked all the time, and I got, like, totally sick of it, so I offed it.
So instead of talking to your neighbor about the problem, you decided it was a better idea to kill and stuff the dog?
Uh-huh. I got the idea from Beavis and Butthead.
Okay, we're kidding here. Okay, we have a lot of fun down at Dave's, and it's okay to have fun. But hey, let's get down to reality now. Let's pass out on the word about how drugs are not cool, okay? Now, all week, kids put messages into my stash box here, and then we read them. Now, who wants to help, okay? Okay? This is messages about why it's not cool to use drugs. Okay, Craig.
You can't get good stuff now that Seth has been busted.
Seth got busted?
Yeah, and they're trying him as an adult.
Oh, that is so harsh.
Okay, now, all right, Cindy. That's your turn now.
Okay. If you don't do drugs, you can grow up to be just as successful as Dave, who drives a Dodge Volare.
Okay, now that's great. That's great. Now, I'm going to take one here. Okay, it's, remember, drugs spelled backwards is screwed. Okay, that's cool. That's great. I hear that. And now here's another reason that drugs aren't cool, because the bags that drugs come in, they're not recyclable. Think about that, kids. There's only one Earth. Okay, now we got a special guest tonight. I know he's here. Jared, come on out. Jared, come on. Now, Jared's an old friend. I got him off the street. Now he's in alternative school, and I hear you got a job this week, Jared. Is that right?
Yeah, at Burger Barn.
All right. And what do you do there?
Fries.
Okay, now, Jared, isn't that better than being out there on the Ave? You know, I just think that...
Don't hassle me.
Okay, Jared, I hear what you're saying, but what I really hear you say...
I said, don't hassle me. That is what I said. Now let's try it again. Don't hassle me.
Love me. Don't love me because I don't, Jared, because I don't feel worthy, because my self-esteem has been wounded by people who don't. Wacko, man.
You suck.
Okay, now I hear that. I hear that you're a wacko, you suck, but you know what I really hear? I hear you saying, thanks, Dave, because I know you care. And I do, kids. I do care. Goodbye, kids. I'm Dave, and I care. Jared, come back.
Studio amplification for Almost Live provided by American Music. Now open in Tacoma.
Come on. A healthy, happy, vital animal is one of nature's most beautiful sights.
Laura Shelby, top breeder of champion Labrador Retrievers.
I love dogs. It's my business raising champion labs. Go on. People often ask what gives my animals their frisky glow. Simple. Vigorous exercise and a natural diet. I feed them Natural Dog. It's fast, nutritious, and it's alive. All dogs love it. Buster's favorite is squirrel in a can. Come on out, little squirrel. Come on. Go. Let your pet enjoy the primal thrill of chasing a small animal and tearing it to shreds. Natural Dog. It's more than food. It's fun.
And now, try new Raccoon Crunch and Nacho Possum.
Hello?
Who is this?
Well, who's this?
I asked you first.
Well, I'm the person you called.
Well, who are you?
Well, I tell you what. I'll tell you who I am if you tell me who you are.
This is Doug. Now, who are you?
I'm not going to tell you.
What a fucking liar.
Okay. What number did you dial?
What number's this?
This is the number you dialed.
What are you doing there? Where's Carol?
I don't know where Carol is.
What's going on here?
I don't know, Doug. I'll tell you what. Why don't you tell me what number you dialed, and I'll tell you what number this is.
498-1616.
Oh, see, you misdialed.
What number is this?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh,
I will tell you that you're off by one number.
Which number?
I don't know.
You're lying again. I can't believe you.
Yeah, you're right. Carol's in the shower right now. Can she call you back?
I knew it. Get her on the phone right now. You're in big trouble, man. Me and my buddies are going to have to take care of you.
Doug?
What?
Have you ever seen the show Seinfeld?
What?
It's really funny. I think you'd like it.
What in the hell are you talking about? I want to know where Carol is. I don't know what you think you're pulling,
Doug.
but it's not going to work.
Doug.
What?
I've got to go now.
I'm going to call again. If I don't get Carol, then you're going to get your butt kicked.
Okay, but seriously, check out Seinfeld. I think it'll make you laugh.
You son of a bitch.
Bye, Doug.
Don't hang up.
1, 2, 3, 4. Get up, get on up, stay on the scene. Get on up, like a sex machine. Get on up.
Good evening and welcome to the John Report. I'm John. Here's my report. Well, Spider-Man was a surprise guest this week at a Beacon Hill Elementary anti-drug assembly. The kids said that Spider-Man convinced them not to use drugs because they don't want to end up as a pathetic 30-year-old hanging out at grade schools in rubber masks and tights. More than 50 minutes of new footage will be added to the movie Dances with Wolves when it airs on Como. The new footage will include a car chase and women in swimsuits. A former University of Washington economics professor has won a Nobel Prize for his economic theory. Briefly, his theory states that if some idiot gives your star quarterback $50,000, it's going to cost you big in sanctions. Washington State and Burlington Northern announced this week they plan to spend $27 million developing passenger rail service between Seattle and Vancouver, BC. Meanwhile, Seattle's $27 million bus tunnel continues to provide excellent pedestrian service between the Bonn and Nordstrom. Boeing rolled out its 1,000th 747 at the Everett plant on Tuesday. The event was celebrated with a company-wide nap. Well, Charles Barkley has announced his retirement from pro basketball just 2 weeks after the same announcement from rival Michael Jordan. Barkley gave as the reason the fact that his entire career has been based on coming in second to Jordan. Diet guru Susan Powder was in Seattle this week to promote her new book, Stop the Madness. Her appearance at a local bookstore was so popular that the crowd had to be paired into two lines. One line for people who wanted an autograph, and the other for those who just wanted to pet her head. Finally, Pearl Jam's new record was released on vinyl this week. When asked to compare it to the band's first record, 10, lead singer Eddie Vedder said, "This one is so good, there's no way the Stone Temple Pilots can copy it." This has been the John Report. Thank you. And we'll be right back.
You know, my brother Elmo has been getting a lot of airtime lately with his stories about all the achievements of the Seattle Mariners. Well, I just want to set the record straight. Now, first of all, the Mariners never were in any World Series. I mean, they had a couple of pretty good seasons, played around 500 ball, but that was about it. And let me tell you something else. There never was a Ken Griffey IV. Hell, Junior only had one kid, and he named him Ralph. I just don't want you believing all the stuff that Skippy's been telling you. Fact of the matter is, Skippy's Well, he's a little bit off his nut, if you know what I mean. I mean, he's completely off his rocker, frankly. It all happened about the time that the ad agency people came around, started waving all that money in front of his face, and, well, he was pretty much like putty in their hands after that. He'd say anything at all that they wanted him to say about the Mariners. Before long, of course, Skippy started hitting the sauce. He'd knock back about a fifth or so, and then he'd sort of sneak out of the room when the nurses weren't watching and keep on spreading those wild stories about the Mariners. So please, bear with us. We're trying to get Skippy some help. Okay? Thanks.
The 1993 Mariners, when it all got a little bit better.
Turn that damn song off. I'm sick of it.
Well, that just brings us to the end of another episode of Almost Live, and I hear what you're saying, that you want to tune in next week. I know that's what you're saying, and I believe it. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.